Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the table. This is, of course, Nerds of the Roundtable. I am your host, Antonio Padilla. With me, as always, my right-hand man, the Red Dog, Clifford Miller. Cliff, say what's up.
And then he was like, he looked up and he kept saying, "Free the Mahi Mahi! Free the Mahi Mahi!" And then he fell.
I was wondering what you were going to do today. Biodome was not on my list, so awesome as always.
Low-key, I've been quoting that around my house for like the last 2 weeks. I was like, it's only appropriate that I pull it out too.
Awesome.
You know how let me feel you this. Do you know how awesome it is to watch a 10-year-old run around and go, "Matra! Matra!"
Oh my goodness. That's parenting at its finest right there, ladies. I love it. That's awesome.
I want to watch this weekend.
Good choice. It's a good choice. Also with us today, Mr. Swagtastic from YouTube. Swag, say what's up.
Greetings, programs.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. He put on his best. He got dressed up for us today, and appropriate as well. We're going to talk about that later. So, oh man, looking good, Swag. Looking good.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's not waste any time. Let's get into the show because we're running a little late today. That's my bad. But I'm actually a little glad that we're recording a little bit later because actually something broke just a while ago, and I'm glad we're going to get to cover it on this week's episode. So, ladies and gentlemen, as of recording, it is February 12th, Friday, February 12th, 2021. And so just keep that in mind whenever you're watching this. Whenever now is for you, you know what I mean? But let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. We got a new trailer for Superman and Lois, and it looks great. I don't know what else to tell you. Show looks good. But I wanted to talk about it briefly. I spoke to Swag about this a little bit, and I know Cliff saw some of my comments I made about the trailer. It's interesting because this trailer implies certain changes post-crisis, which we kind of already knew. But the biggest one that blew my mind was that General Sam Lane, Lois Lane's father, knows Clark is Superman in this continuity, which is surprising. And also, I do want to take a moment to mention General Lane. The role has been recast because the character did appear in season 1 of Supergirl, but he was played by Glenn Morshower, and here he's being played by Dylan Walsh. But I told Swag about this. I was like, it doesn't really bother me because you can just chalk that up to Crisis. You know, Yep. It's like, hey, it's one of those things that happened. But also, I'm wondering if we're gonna get a new Lucy Lane, Lois's sister, because she also appeared in season 1 of Supergirl, played by Jenna Dewan, formerly Jenna Dewan Tatum. So yeah, I'm wondering if we're gonna see her again. I like I said, obviously, probably won't be the same actress. But yeah, so that was crazy. Just the reveal that General Lane knows that Clark is Superman, but also this trailer in particular seems to hint at Jordan possibly not dealing with things great. You know what I mean? Like there are certain shots of him like having to deal with the revelation that his father is Superman and whatnot, and it doesn't look like he's taking it very well. They kind of make it seem like, oh, maybe he's gonna turn bad, but I mean, like that's probably not gonna happen. But I don't know, man. This trailer just like it really shows off a lot of like what they're probably intending to do with the show. Cliff, do you have any thoughts?
No, I'm just excited. It is kind of cool to see the aspect of like the brothers, like you can kind of see the different paths that they could possibly be going on. So, yeah, I know, like I said this, like I know, like I don't get to watch all the DC shows as much as I'd like to, but yes, I'm super hyped for this one. No pun intended with the super part.
And it's funny you mentioned that because some reviews have already come in for the pilot, super positive, and they actually one of them that I read said like you can come into this show completely blind. You don't need to be caught up on 52 previous seasons of all these CW shows to enjoy this. So
Glad that they were talking directly to me.
exactly, yeah, exactly. Swag, what about you? Did you see this new trailer? Have you seen it
No,
yet?
not yet. But I mean, like from what you're telling me and like what I've heard, like yeah, I'm like I was excited before, but like I'm even more excited now, just to see, what this whole journey is gonna be like and how all the characters are gonna, what
Yeah,
their stories are gonna be like. So yeah, I'm definitely excited. I'll have to check it out after we're done here.
yeah, definitely check it out. It's
Yeah.
it just like the first trailer. It looks great, looks good. I have nothing to complain about. But yeah, so I just wanted to touch on that briefly at the top of the show before we get into all the news. And ladies and gentlemen, I do mean all the news. This was a good week for us, ladies and gentlemen. There was quite a bit that happened, especially in the last 2 days, Swag?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a pretty crazy 48 hours, that's for sure. So let's start off with we're gonna follow up on a couple of stories we reported on last year, and that would be, we did talk about the Powerpuff Girls live action series that was in development at the CW. It has been ordered to pilot, so that means they're rolling on that. We should get some casting soon, as well as Ava DuVernay's Naomi, which I know we didn't talk about originally. It is based on a DC Comics property, although it's so relatively new that I don't know a whole lot about it. I'm definitely going to do a deep dive in on it, but I mean, it's coming from Ava DuVernay, and like I said, it's based on a DC Comics property, so I'm definitely going to do my research on that for sure. And yeah, so I am excited. I'm excited that they're moving forward with Powerpuff Girls. That's going to be cool. Again, like we speculated on casting last year, but soon we'll get some actual news, so that'll be fun. And also, before I hand this over to get thoughts from Cliff and Swag, another follow up, and this is the thing I hinted at the beginning of the show, a story that just broke right before we started recording, and this one not so great. So we also reported on the Wonder Girl series that was in development at the CW. That is no longer moving forward, which sucks. That's a bummer. I was really looking forward to that show. But yeah, it's apparently not happening, and yeah, pretty sad about that. So yeah, the news literally just broke about an hour ago. The showrunner issued a statement, or the woman who would have been the showrunner. She talked about, let me see if I can find the quote here. Her name is Dailin Rodriguez. Yeah, and so she says, so some sad news for all of those asking, Wonder Girl is not getting picked up at the CW. I was very proud of the script I wrote. Wish I could have shared the world I created, but unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. Thanks for everyone's enthusiasm. It meant a lot to me, which is upsetting. Like I said, it's a bummer. I legitimately was really looking forward to hearing more about that show and possibly seeing it, but I guess it's not happening, unfortunately. So with all that being said, I'm going to hand this over to Cliff. Cliff, how do you feel? Like, are you hyped about Powerpuff Girls, Naomi? How do you feel about Wonder Girl? Like, what's up?
So I'm not too familiar with Naomi. Just just like you said, it's relatively new, so it's kind of figuring that out. Yeah, Wonder Girl kind of is what it is. Just
Yeah.
However, the last one though, the Powerpuff Girls live action, you bet your fucking ass I'm in.
Cliff and I are children of the 90s, so yeah.
I just want to know, can we get a Dexter's Laboratory live action?
Bro, I would be so all about that right now. Dexter's Lab. Dude, give us Johnny Bravo. I know there have been rumors about a live action Johnny Bravo for like 20 years now. Something get on that. Like straight up.
I need to add Ed and Eddie.
Yes.
Like,
Live
and I want CGI like jawbreakers, like
For sure, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Live action Ed and Eddie would be amazing.
jawbreakers.
That would be so great.
Even Swag, like that show like transcends generations. Like even Swag grew up watching Ed and Eddie.
That is still my childhood, man.
It really is. So I'm with you on that one, Cliff.
Yeah, that's my thoughts.
What about you? How you feeling about all this news?
Yeah, like I mean, like definitely excited for like the stuff that was talked about first, but
Yeah.
as for like Wonder Girl, like that's just I don't know, man. It just really
Yeah.
sucks, especially considering like all the talk, like all the stuff we had before about it, we'd heard about it. Like it, I was pretty excited to see what they would do with it, but
Yeah.
you know, that
And
just sucks.
when we talked about the first Superman and Lois trailer, it's like seeing the money that they're spending on that show. I was really looking forward to seeing what they were going to do with Wonder Girl, and
Yeah.
guess it's not going to happen. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a bummer. It is what it is, like Cliff said.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I mean, there's definitely some good stuff to look forward to. It's definitely, it just sucks that this other thing isn't happening. They also confirmed that Green Arrow and the Canaries is not going to series either, which also kind of sucks. Mostly because we did get the backdoor pilot, and so there's all those threads that are left hanging. So, although here's my pitch, CW, Greg Berlanti, if you guys are watching this, wrap up that storyline on Legends, like straight up, because they do time travel stuff anyways. Like just have them go into the future and be like, oh, we tied all this up. Like, all right. That's what I'm saying. And it makes sense because, like I said, Sarah Lance, the White Canary, is the captain on the Wave Rider, and her sister is the Black Canary. So just go have her help her out. It's like that'd be cool. That's my pitch. Not that anybody asked, but I'm offering it anyways.
Oh yeah, feed it to them, baby. Feed these baby birds.
That's right. All y'all baby birds, let's do it. All right, let's talk about some more TV programming that is happening that Cliff and I are both super hyped about, and I think even swag. But we're gonna get into that. So, ladies and gentlemen, anybody who knows me and Cliff knows that we are like ride or die fans, and we've talked about it on this show before.
Oh yeah.
Of the MTV cult classic animated program Clone High, and it was announced this week that not one, but 2 seasons of a new Clone High is coming to HBO Max, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It is going to be executive produced by Phil Lord and Chris Miller, the creators of the original TV show. Like that, I was telling Swag, that's where those guys came from. They did Clone High, and they went on to do so many other things that y'all love, culminating with Into the Spider-Verse. So, look, man, you tell me Lord and Miller are involved, I'm there. I'm hyped. And especially if they're coming back to do Clone High, all about it, man. I'm so excited about this. Cliff, I'm going to let you talk about this because I know you're hyped for this. So,
no, let's let Swag go first. I will rant on about this show. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, like we were talking about it the other night, and I told you because you brought it up to me in conversation, and I just mentioned like the internet just started talking about it and sharing clips of it, and then I got interested in it, and so it's like definitely like I'm excited to see this, especially if it's Lord and Miller coming back. Like this is gonna be great.
100%. Yeah, actually, let's talk about that a little bit. And like Cliff, even I don't know, did Cliff freeze? Is Cliff frozen?
I can't see. So okay.
Cliff, all right, he's back, ladies and gentlemen. I think he's frozen again.
Do I have to go? Do I have to go back onto the grid and fix this myself? Hold
on. Let's talk about that. Quick. Yes, exactly. Oh no, I think he's frozen again.
You got me again.
Spectrum.
Spectrum.
All right, let's try and get into this.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this real quick. So you brought it up about how you got into Clone High, and it was something that I talked to you about. It's like it's so weird because Cliff can back me up on this. When the show first aired on MTV, we watched it every week, most of the time together. And we watched every episode up until the bitter end. And the show got canceled after one season for the dumbest reasons possible, but also partly because I think Cliff and I were the only ones who watched the show every week. But like you said, man, like in the last 5 years or so,
Yeah.
the internet discovered this show, and like all these fans came out of the woodworks. And I'm not being gatekeepery or anything. Hey, if you're gonna enjoy this thing with me, let's do it. The more the merrier. But where were y'all when the show was first airing? But like I said, whatever. I'm here to enjoy this now. Let's do it. Let's all have fun. So yeah, man, I'm super excited for the return of Clone High. Cliff, I'm gonna throw it to you, man.
All I gotta do is go say what? We getting two seasons of this? By God, this will be the greatest moment of all time. I get to go back and nail Catherine the Great, or should I say, Catherine the So-So. Because nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. Bro, I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped for this show. I get to relive my childhood all over again with this show.
Cliff, you did all those quotes. Here, I'm going to give you one right here. It's not a quote, but
Something that people don't know, which is gonna be funny, is that Antonio and I, when we were in high school, he used to walk by and be like, "Up top, Lincoln Continental."
Yes. Every day. Every day.
God. Dude, think about how many great moments were in that show, that people don't know, right?
Yeah.
Just even because I know I just recently was looking through some of the gifs, and then they were showing us stuff like Tom Green when he had ADHD. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this.
That show had so many crazy guest stars on it, man.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Jesus, yeah. Joan, you love Abe.
My favorite, and I think we talked about it before, my favorite was Gandhi working the suicide hotline. Remember, and who was it? Was it Van Gogh who called him and he had him on speakerphone at the party? He's like, Jesus, Gandhi, how could you do this to me? He's like, Gandhi is anti-violence, not anti-comedy.
I was thinking that we can make a movie and we'll call it Black and Tan. We're like two guys from two different parts of the world. They don't understand each other, but at the end of the movie, they get along.
Oh, I love it so much.
I cannot wait.
Cliff, I got to tell you this because I told Swag this when we were talking about that. Do you know who did the voice for JFK on that show?
No.
It's either Phil Lord or Chris Miller. It's one of them.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna look it up right now. But yeah, one of those guys did the voice for JFK on the show, and that blew my mind when I figured that out.
Fun fact for people who don't know, but when I used to play Call of Duty Black Ops 2, that's right, the second one, on Xbox 360, you know, yep, I low-key would be in chat rooms with my name, and I would be doing impressions of JFK.
Oh, man, it's probably your fault all these people suddenly became fans of the show.
I would I'd run around and people would be talking and they're like, hey, we got guys over here running through the desert. Like, quiet, I'm trying to take the right shot. And then I would get sniped. I'd be like, This feels familiar.
Okay, all right. Check this out. I've known like forever that Will Forte was the voice of Abe Lincoln. Phil Lord is the voice of Principal Scudworth, and Christopher Miller is the voice of JFK on the show. They both did voices on this show, man.
Can't wait.
That's gonna be dope. Oh my god,
I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped about all of this, and like, I just can't. Like, I hope like they like I want them to go back and recap what happened on season 1 in like 10 seconds, and then we just go right into the season.
Yeah.
Be like,
and
you
like
want to
go
catch
ahead.
up losers? Just be like, catch up losers. Just have JFK be like, "Alright, this is what happened on the previous season of Clone High." It's like, Abe fell in love with Cleo. Spoiler for you guys who didn't know.
Who didn't know that? But the great thing about bringing the show back after 20 years, Jesus, Cliff, it's been 20 years. The great thing about bringing it back after that long is like, oh, you have to explain why they're older now. No, you don't. It's animated. Like, literally just pick up right where season 1 left off. Doesn't matter. Like, that's awesome.
I'm sitting here thinking about it too. I'm just like, you want to go to 1.5 base?
Oh my goodness.
These are so great. I cannot wait. I think I'm just going to pull over and just get a nap before I finish these raids.
Everybody knows that was my favorite moment. Oh my god, that was so.
Why did everybody sit at the finish line? I still don't understand.
Stayed overnight waiting for the win. Oh, it's so good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, needless to say, we're hyped for the show.
Yeah, we're all excited.
If we stay on this too long, this episode is just going to be Clone High. We're just going to reenact the entire season. Again,
hey, man.
We're excited. Right. So
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go smoke some grapes. I'm gonna smoke some raisins. That's what it was. I'm gonna smoke some raisins.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm like beat red because I'm thinking about this.
If you match your shirt right now.
Yeah, I know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, HBO Max.
Tears. Getting Jack Black.
Nice. Time reference. Before we get to that, we're gonna talk games, ladies and gentlemen. As you may have noticed, Swag is dressed up very appropriately for today's segment. I don't know if you've been keeping up, Cliff, with all the goodness that's been happening over on Fortnite lately. It's insane.
It is crazy, bro.
Once again, I know I keep saying this, but like Fortnite keeps inching closer and closer to becoming the Oasis from Ready Player One. I'm pretty sure we're like 3 to 5 years away from that happening. Like, what? There's going to be like a VR update sometime soon. You'll know we hit this point when other video game characters start showing up on like. We've hit that point when they're like, "Hey, come into Fortnite, Overwatch characters." Like, what? Like, what? Are you serious? Okay, so let's get into it. So the first one, Swag, help me out. When did this drop?
I think it was last week.
Yeah, it might have been last week. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Flash showed up in Fortnite. And Swag, throw that character model up right here.
There it is.
Right there. There you go. Gorgeous.
Yes.
Suit from the CW Flash series, the best suit on that. I know everybody loves the season 6 suit. I love it too, but season 4, that was the best that suit ever looked.
Yep.
Sorry, not sorry.
That was the peak.
Yeah. And like, obviously the people at Fortnite agree because that's the suit that they put in the game.
Yep. So, they had so many options and they went with that one.
So many options, yeah. And like Swag said, they picked the season 4 suit, so they agree that's the best one.
Yep.
Looks great. The announcement was dope. The little the transmission.
Yeah.
Cool. But Swag, go ahead. I'm talking all over this. Like this is your segment. Like, take it away, man.
Yeah, so you brought that to me, and I got really excited, and like the log that was released with it was amazing, full of references that I appreciated, especially the log number with 52.
52.
Yep, it's like that man, like guys over at Epic, they know what they're doing.
I really do.
And then, I come to find out it's you get that skin for playing through a tournament. Tournament's over, sadly, but if you placed, I don't remember the exact number, but if you placed at a specific point in your region, you got the skin for free. I didn't get to play through it because when it was going on, I was pretty busy at the time. But then some other news broke of who their next choice was going to be for the store, and I was excited to buy the Flash skin, but when this news came out, I was like, okay, hold on, I'm saving my money. This is what I'm buying.
And it was a pretty, well, I don't know if it was a tough choice for him. Obviously, I think he made his choice like that. If it was me, on the other hand, it would have been pretty tough.
It would have been really tough, yeah.
But no, because I remember, Swag, help me out. Was this Wednesday? It was Wednesday, right?
I believe so. This was very recent.
Yeah, it wasn't yesterday.
No.
Was it?
No, because yesterday was when they dropped the skins.
Right. So it was Wednesday morning. I woke up. I saw a couple things trending on Twitter. One of them was this.
Yep.
Really freaked out, and I got a hold of Swag, and I'm like, bruh, guess what's Fortnite. Swag, take it.
Yeah, so there's a reason why I'm wearing what I'm wearing. Jonesy, who is the man responsible for bringing all of these characters together, decided to go to the grid and gather some programs to help him. And those programs are now available in the item shop, along with the identity disc as the harvesting tool, which is sick, and it has a custom sound effect. It's so awesome. The second I started swinging that thing around, I was like, oh, this is so amazing. This is my new favorite harvesting tool. It's like, I'm using this on everybody.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, and the light cycle, it's the glider, and it's so cool too, because it has the light trail behind it when you come down on it too. It's so amazing.
Yeah, it looks so dope. Swag, I hope you're putting those up.
Yes, like footage, like of all the skins right now.
Yeah, because it looks amazing, man. Like she did so much good work on all of this stuff. Like it blew me away. And like you sent me screen caps because you were like, "Hey, man, I need help deciding what to pick."
Yeah. And to make a long story short, I ended up buying 2. So.
Yeah. You couldn't narrow it down to just one.
Yeah, I had to get 2. Had to.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's just crazy because Swag and I are both huge Tron fans. Cliff as well. Like we talked about it when, because even Swag, I guess he forgot. He brought it up to me. He's like, "Hey, so what's going on with the Tron franchise?" I was like, "Well, they announced 3 Tron Ares. We talked about it on the show."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot." It's like, yeah. But that we started talking. I was like, "Oh yeah, that's probably why Disney was like, yeah, go ahead and put this," because they obviously they want to get brand recognition out there again. So yeah, man, why not, man? It's dope. It's dope for fans like me and Swag, me and Cliff. I know he doesn't play Fortnite, but I mean it's still super cool.
Yeah, definitely.
I almost had to murder a kid. Actually, I'm not gonna front. I should say that so nonchalantly. Yeah, so there was a video actually the other day of the new Halo game, right?
Yeah.
And as Master Chief takes a step out, you just hear a kid's voice. It's the guy from Fortnite! And I was like, I'm gonna murder somebody.
I'm gonna pimp slap you into the next building.
I'm gonna break this bottle across your face.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care if you're a kid.
Oh man, not good. That's not good.
Uh,
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, those are the latest, right, Swag?
yeah.
And
And that's the thing I do want to mention, because I did want to see what they did for the Flash skin, like if they added anything extra, but they just dropped the Tron stuff, so I don't know if the Flash skin is just a tournament thing or if they're going to release them in the shop later. But currently, as of the recording, he's not available for purchase.
okay, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, super cool stuff that's happening over there. So yeah, I mean that's really all we have for this week. Still super cool. Like I said, Swag got all dressed up for the occasion.
Dude,
So
I'm like, I think it's worth mentioning. Like, I got, like, I'm a huge fan of the franchise when, like, the skins dropped, and I was like, okay, hold on. Pause the music I had playing, went through all my playlists, went to the Tron soundtrack, and played that on repeat.
yeah, straight up, like even I got swept away by it. Like I said, I don't play Fortnite, so it's not I get to enjoy this. But I was just so hyped at like Tron being in the zeitgeist again. I was working out last night, Cliff, no joke. My entire workout playlist was all the Tron soundtracks. I was doing the Tron workout, like straight up. But
That's
yeah,
awesome. That's way better than the one I was doing. I can't even front. I can't front like I wasn't. I can't front like I was deadlifting to The Greatest Showman.
nothing wrong with that, bro.
No, you know how
Nothing
hard it is to pick up 315 pounds when you're hearing A Million Little Dreams. Okay, the little girl singing is so pretty. I was like, I can't lift this up.
You were in your position, right? Trying to, and just a tear coming down.
I hear you, little. I'm gonna pick up this weight as soon as you can start singing.
Bro, we've all been there.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna download the Tron. Actually, I'm gonna just put it on my Apple Music. I'm gonna get the Tron Legacy because,
There you go.
yeah, man. D-Raz, let's go, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Love you some Daft Punk.
Yeah.
yes, exactly, man. Oh man, it was. I was into it, man. I was doing my workout. I was on the grid. All right,
Those weights were glowing, bro.
neon, everything, man.
I'm afraid I would fuck up and just like grab a 10-pound weight and think like it was my identity disc and just like
Yeah.
chuck it at somebody.
Throw it at somebody.
Thinking they're gonna break into cubes. Really, there's red cubes everywhere. That's not. Oh, those aren't cubes. That's drops of blood. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I think that was a user.
oh God, it was real.
Oh, okay. And while we're talking about Tron, I want to mention something real quick before we move on. Ladies and gentlemen, Cliff, I know you got Disney Plus. Swag, I know you got Disney Plus, and I know you're already on it. Like, if you're a fan of Tron, or even if you're not and you want to get into it, get on your Disney Plus account. Go watch Tron Uprising. It was an animated series that debuted in, what was it, 2012, Swag?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2012. It's so good. I recently went back and started rewatching it. It's still so good, man. And like the animation style, Swag, if you can, throw up some footage here so that people can see what it looks like.
There you go.
Watching it now, it does give me like Spider-Verse vibes.
It does.
It has a very similar style to that. So like even if you're just like you need like your Spider-Verse fix again, go check out this show. It's dope. It's a great look. It's a gorgeous looking show. And it's just well written. So go check that out as well. I want to give that a shout out because criminally underrated and underappreciated. That show was amazing.
Yeah.
So check that out for sure. But yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, that's what we got for you in games this week. And we're gonna keep going a little bit on the games trail, just a little bit here. We're gonna get into casting news, and this is some casting that when it was announced, I told Swag, and we were both just like, you know what, this makes a lot of sense. ladies and gentlemen, continuing our coverage of the Borderlands movie, Jack Black is playing Claptrap. So, and like, ladies and gentlemen, you can put Jack Black in anything, and I'm showing up for it. All right.
Yeah, definitely.
This led to a conversation between Swag and I, where remember last time we talked, Kevin Hart joined the movie. Now Jack Black is in the movie. How long do you think until they announce DJ Dwayne Johnson is in the movie?
I already know who he's playing too. Like, I'm calling it now. If he's in the movie, he's playing Brick. That's who he's playing.
For sure, for sure. Cliff, what do you think about this casting?
Yeah, the more I'm like, God, man, like this is like it's getting ridiculous with like all the casting.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's so many people who are attached to this film right now, because yeah, I think you shared it on the page too. I didn't even expect it, but like other than just like Jack Black as Claptrap, like Jamie Lee Curtis is in the movie too.
I was gonna bring that up. I didn't even know about that until I read the article.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis has been cast in the movie. I was like, when did this happen? Like that's insane. She's playing help me out, Cliff. Who's she playing? That's right. She's playing Tannis.
Oh, Tannis. Tannis!
Yeah.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Genuine reaction right there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness.
It's like, yeah, no, that's fitting. No, I'm okay with that.
But like Cliff was saying, like it's insane the amount of talent that's attached to this movie already. Like what? Like I thought it was unreal when Cate Blanchett was cast as
Yeah.
Liv. Like it's oh my goodness.
The cast for this movie is just about as in your face as the humor and everything else about that entire game franchise is.
Not kidding.
Yeah. Like, whoever's behind it, man, like, props. Like, you guys are doing an amazing job so far. And I have not even seen anything of it yet.
Yeah. Like
It's
I said,
funny.
like oh go ahead, Cliff. Go ahead.
I was. It's funny you brought up like Dwayne Johnson as Brick, because really I want to see Batista.
True.
That-
Yeah, that would be
Cool too.
Dave, I want to
Love
see, and I was thinking, I was like Dave Batista and Chris Pratt. Let me get those back. I want Chris Pratt as Handsome Jack. I know I've said Ryan Reynolds in the past, but
Yeah,
Chris
but,
Pratt,
yeah.
man.
But,
Man, Ryan Reynolds, that's a good choice too, man. Like, and I guarantee you he'd do it. Like,
yeah. It's that same thing like Deadpool too. Like, he's just so
Yeah.
witty, that character.
it's true. It's true.
Actually,
Man.
another person, just to throw my name in the hat for that one, Chris Evans. Like, I would definitely have to see Handsome Jack as Chris Evans.
That would be cool too.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no to that.
Yeah.
Oh
Just
my
the-
goodness.
The
Yeah.
random people.
I can hear Chris Evans' voice coming out of that
Yeah.
character too. Like that. Good
Straight up.
good choices, man.
Those are good choices, Cliff.
Yeah, solid.
It's insane, man. Like, yeah, like we know the movie's being directed by Eli Roth, but like, whoever the casting director is on this picture, man, like, bravo.
For the park,
You
man.
deserve an
like,
Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah, there should be an Oscar for best casting. in
Yeah.
a movie. Like straight up.
Yeah.
This is
Directors
it, man.
to get recognition for their work, man.
Do
Like,
you know how many Oscar? Do you know, like, I still to this day, man, like, greatest cat, like, I know a lot of people are gonna probably debate this on me, man, but Sin City, like,
Mm.
would have won the Oscar for best cast.
oh yeah,
Mm.
for sure. That was a dope cast right there,
Yeah.
man. You're not kidding, man. Oh man. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Jack Black is playing Claptrap in the Borderlands movie, and yeah, exactly, Cliff. That's. I think you said it right there. Let's leave it at that.
I'm gonna kick your ass with some kung fu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Skadoosh.
Follow me, minion.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it. All right,
I just want one reference to another movie that he did. Just, I don't care what one. I just want one. Just like,
one.
he could say like skadoosh, or he could be like, let's get ready to rock. I don't care.
That's great. I love it. All right, let's keep moving, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep moving. We got more video game adaptation casting, and this, oh my god, this lit the internet on fire in the best way possible. Blew my mind. All right, ladies and gentlemen, last year we reported on there's a Last of Us live action television series in production over at HBO. And now, of course, everybody was speculating over who was going to play the two lead roles, Joel and Ellie. Everybody had their favorites, ranging from Hugh Jackman to who else? Josh Brolin. Somebody said Josh Brolin. Both of those would have been fine picks. And as for Ellie, I remember I was backing Caitlin Dever because she looks a lot like the character and she's a phenomenal actress. However, this was also Wednesday, right? Right, Swag?
Yeah.
Let me check the date on this. Yes, Wednesday. So it was Wednesday night, actually. It was pretty late in the evening. The first piece of casting broke. Game of Thrones star, or breakout, Bella Ramsey to star as Ellie in The Last of Us. Now, I think it's pretty well documented. We're not super huge Game of Thrones fans.
Yeah.
Though we seem to know a lot about the show, mostly because of just how big it was in the zeitgeist. So this actress I'm not super familiar with. However, she does seem to fit the bill. She's young enough. And she's gotten nothing but praise for her performance on Game of Thrones, so she seems to have the acting chops to pull it off. I'm not disappointed at all. I'm going to give my thumbs up and say best of luck to her. I'll be there. I will be there watching the show 100%. Yep. Cliff, what do you think about this casting for Ellie?
No, I'm excited. You're right. Like, we obviously are not huge Game of Thrones fans, but unlike it is over here in Baltimore, winter is coming and it is snowfall outside. So, you know,
it's already here, bro.
Yeah, winter is coming. Oh yeah, that's right. It's fucking February.
Yeah. Swag, what about you? How do you feel about this? Have you seen? Did you see any of the photos of this young lady?
Yeah, I was looking at it. I was like, you know what? She actually does look a lot like Ellie. I'm not gonna lie.
Right, like she's got the look.
Yeah, so it's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm down. Like, yeah, I can't wait to see her performance in this show. Definitely.
Yeah, 100%. So, you know, that, like I said, that was the first piece of casting that broke Wednesday night, and everybody immediately was like, wait, you know, when are we gonna find out who's playing Joel? When are we gonna find that out? And that happened like maybe an hour later. Maybe. It felt like it was like rapid fire, but I know there was a good hour between the announcements.
Yeah.
And it's funny because earlier that day there were rumors going around about certain actors who may be in the running or who might be cast. But the one thing I heard from somebody specifically regarding the role was, if what I'm hearing is true, they've cast an absolute beast in the role of Joel. And I was like, ooh, that got me excited.
Mm-hmm.
And the announcement came out. I'm gonna stop teasing y'all. as if you guys don't know. Like this news blew up the internet. Pedro Pascal is playing Joel in The Last of Us. And oh my god, I was so hyped. I'm still so hyped. Just talking about it right now. Like I'm over the moon. And like Swag can attest to this. Like I immediately got a hold of it. I was like, dude, Pedro Pascal's playing Joel. I was so excited.
The thing is, like, I couldn't express excitement because, like, I think I was in the middle of a gaming session when you started messaging me. I was like in my head, I was like, oh, I'm really excited, but I really need to be focused right now.
All I got back from Swag was awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't express myself, but yeah, like, I was hyped.
But it's, like, I was so excited and so overjoyed. Like, and like, look, I'm not even gonna like lie and pretend like I didn't. I genuinely got emotional like after the news like set in, because it's like Cliff, we talked about this on the show before about like when Latino actors like this get these high profile roles and how important that is for us. Like, you know, I was a brown boy growing up my whole life, and I never really saw any represent. I mean, there was a little bit here and there, but it was never anything significant. And this, like little 7-year-old Antonio would be so over the moon about this right now, and I still am as a 33-year-old man. Like I said, I legitimately got emotional just thinking about it. So it's just this means the world to me. And number one, we know Pedro is a fantastic, talented actor, and we're going to talk about that more here in a bit. But Cliff, how did you react to this casting?
Yeah, it was like, I looked at it, I stared for a second, I put my phone down, I grabbed my phone back just to make sure like it was real, and I just said, "We taking over!"
Yeah.
Like, fuck your cosplay. That's what you're gonna do.
Boy.
Yeah, throw up the confetti and the balloons. Let's do a little party right now. Woo!
Yeah! Fireworks!
Oh.
There's the firework, and there's the firework. Here's some confetti! Lightning!
Fireball!
Alright, I'm sorry, future me.
Just gave yourself a whole lot of work.
Probably a message on screen right about now that says "F you, pass swag."
Oh my god! But all right. Aside from the work swag has to do editing this.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about this swag? Like,
Yeah, like I'm definitely excited. Like especially, like I think we talked about it. It's like, yeah, he's gonna get to continue that like performance from Wonder Woman. So and that was really good performance. So to see him kind of bring it to this story and like form it around this whole thing and this character and, you know, take it and go in this story. I cannot wait to see what he does with Joel and what, honestly, like, I'm not prepared, but I know he's gonna do the thing that Last of Us is known for, and he's gonna make me feel, man.
oh yeah.
I see it coming. I'm gonna be crying, bro.
Yeah. Like just thinking about it now that you said it, I'm like, oh man. That's gonna be an emotional roller coaster for sure. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm glad you brought it up because we did talk about this a little bit, where it's like, you know, we saw the performance he turned in Wonder Woman, and you know, in addition to everything we've seen him in, including the Mandalorian, Cliff, which we'll talk about a little bit as well. It's like, and again, I said it. I think I said it before we started recording, but it's like Pedro Pascal, like, here we go, like big dad energy again. Like, you know, here he is, this sort of cynical, jaded person who now has to take care of this special child, you know, protect that child. It's like, yeah, man, I get it, man. I see where, like, it's like, yeah, man. And again, like, not even just like typecasting the similarities between those two roles, but like you're saying, Swag, like he's capable of turning in these performances that are just gonna wreck me. I know that much. So Cliff,
Especially if we follow, I was gonna say, especially if we follow this like scene by scene, that opening scene for The Last of Us, like, bro, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna be dead. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna let you guys know. I never finished The Last of Us, and I'll tell you why. I started it. We got all the way to the scene. I had just had my daughter.
Yeah.
And that scene,
Yeah,
I was like,
rough.
I'm wrecked. I can't even pick this game up. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And that's like straight up, Cliff. Like it's heavy. Like that's like I had to do, like when I was playing 2, again, like it's so emotionally heavy that I told Swag, like, I couldn't sit there and play the whole thing through in one sitting. I had to like
Yeah.
play like one chapter at a time and give myself time to breathe. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's like that, man.
It's not like you're throwing an axe and yelling, "Boy!"
Yeah, exactly.
Straight up. Oh man, but yeah, like this casting is phenomenal. I also love that Troy Baker, who played the character in the video, he absolutely like gave his blessing. Not that he needed to, but he did. And like he's totally on board for this. I think it was funny though, he was talking about it, Swag, in his live stream that he did. He talked about how he thinks it would be funny if he made a cameo in the show as one of the clickers.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be pretty funny. I was like, that would be funny. That'd be cool. But yeah, that was his idea, and I was like, you know what? I'm into that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I want to see that now. I hope they were watching him, and they're like, "We're gonna do that."
That'd be so funny. Yeah, so oh man, I can't wait for the show. Like I said, it's going to be on HBO, which also means it will be available on HBO Max. So keep keep that subscription going. Like I was telling Swag, like, man, HBO Max is doing everything in their power to keep my money. You know what I mean? Like, we got Clone High coming, we got The Last of Us, we got like all these other superhero properties that they're going to have on there. Like, yeah, man, you got my money for sure. It's not going away anytime soon. So. Yeah. Either you have anything else you want to say about this, about the casting in general?
Oh no, I just can't wait.
Yeah, definitely not. Like, I'm excited. Zack, like, as much of a, an emotional freaking bus with a battering ram on the front of it, I might just play through the first game again, just for the excitement.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Like, I'm legitimately like, oh man, I gotta reinstall Last of Us 1 so I can play that again. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
so yeah, I mean, it's look, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to see it. And yeah, we're gonna keep you guys updated on any future casting that comes out in the near future, and we'll keep you updated on any progress on the show for sure. So
I was gonna say, remember when that game came out and so many people thought it was Elliot Page that was like in the game because
Yeah.
he looks so much like the character.
I do remember, and you'll remember I talked about like people who were like still asking for that casting, and I was like, y'all, Elliot don't look like that anymore. Like, what? But whatever. But yeah, but that's why I was pushing for Caitlin Deaver, but whatever. But yeah, look, it's gonna be awesome either way. But all right, so let's get into the last story that we have today before Cliff and I do some TV time. Ladies and gentlemen, as we stated at the top of the show, we are recording on Friday, February 12th. That means we are 2 days away from the final trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League. And we've been getting a couple teases for the trailer, as well as earlier this week. Let me check the date on this. So on February 9th, we got some photos, some pretty high-res photos of a certain character. I'm not even going to waste your time. It's the Joker. We have some photos of Jared Leto's Joker as he appears in Zack Snyder's Justice League. And you'll notice a couple things here. If you've seen the photo, Swag, go ahead and throw those up on screen right now.
There you go.
There's number 1.
And number 2.
And there's number 2. You will notice, as I was trying to not so subtly hint at some of y'all, Joker got some pretty long hair. And also, he does have the scars we saw on his face in Suicide Squad, although he does seem to have a couple more. And another thing, which I know contradicts what I said earlier, but there is an explanation for this. You will notice his tattoos are not visible. It's not that they're gone, they're not visible. Which I know a lot of people were like, oh, he got rid of the tattoos. No, he didn't. He didn't get rid of them. But again, there's an explanation for that. I'm not going to get into it. I will say this. These photos that we got are one of two looks the Joker sports in this film. Again, I'm not going to spoil anything else. Although if you read this article, Zack himself hints at the other look a little bit in the article. But yeah, so I'm not going to get too much about what the article says and doesn't say. If you want to, you can read it yourself. It's on the Nerds Facebook page, and again, you can Google it yourself as well. But I'm going to throw this over to Cliff. First of all, having seen these photos now, how do you feel? What do you think, Cliff? What was your reaction to this?
Yo, I loved it. I loved the look. I was like, and like you said, like I didn't see any of the tattoos, and I was just like, well, if they're there, they're there. They're not. And I said it, when we first talked about this, like this was the thing that we were talking about. The only thing I really want gone is just the damaged. Like that's it. Like that one tattoo. Everything else, I'm like 100% on board with. It's just the damaged tattoo. That's the only thing I wish like would go away. But otherwise, like God, man, I'm so hyped. I'm glad that I'm really glad they gave him like, they didn't have him cut his hair. Like it's still like super long. And I know like we're gonna get more, but I just like that original look because it just gave me like death dealer kind of Joker vibes, and I was like, yes. Let's go.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, no, I love the way he looks in these photos. There's something about it, like the hair and also what he's wearing in these photos. He just looks like really unhinged. You know what I mean? Like it's like, and also I am gonna, because I'm gonna go on a mini rant here. Some people online, you need to stop just reading headlines. Like maybe read the actual article, because Swag, you'll remember I talked to you about this. People after the photos came out, people were like, "I think it's from the Nightmare timeline." I was like, "Yeah, no shit."
Yeah.
Did you not read the article? That's confirmed in the article. And that just like made me upset. Like that was a point of like. People were debating that online. It's like, did you not read the article? Like, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, no. So it is from the Nightmare timeline, and it's funny because it was either last week or the week before that. Zack also released another photo of Ben Affleck's Batman, but he's in the Nightmare suit. And he's walking down some corridors, and you'll notice if you see that picture, hopefully I'll find it for you, Swag. So if I did, throw it up right here.
Yep.
You'll notice the hallway he's walking down they're the same walls that are here in these photos of the Joker, implying that Batman has gone looking for the Joker. So, and obviously he finds him. So yeah, it's like the idea again. I'm trying not to spoil anything for anybody who doesn't want to know, but like the idea is that in this timeline, the Joker is the sole remaining resident of Arkham Asylum, and so Batman has to go looking for him. Obviously, he finds him, but yeah. Again, I don't want to get too super spoilery about it, so like that's all I'm gonna say about it at this. Swag, how do you feel about this? Like the look when you saw these photos? Because I know you saw the photos, but what was your reaction to it?
Yeah, no, I love the look. Cause the one Joker from the one animated series comes to mind. I forget what it was called, but that
Batman?
one. Yeah.
When he had the super long hair.
Yeah. So and looking at it, it's like and I liked that design. That was pretty crazy and different for that time.
Yeah, it really
And,
was.
you know, kind of getting those vibes off of this look for Jared's Joker. So it's like, yeah, I definitely like it, and I can't wait to see, you know, to see his Joker, you know, doing his thing with this look in these scenes. So yeah, I'm definitely excited.
Yeah, for sure. And like Zack, the way Zack describes him kind of gave me chills a little bit, and I thought like that's awesome. The way he describes him is this is a vision of the Joker from the nightmare world, the nightmare timeline. But he describes him as the ghost of Christmas yet to come, and ooh, okay. I like that. Really dig that. But yeah, no, I'm really liking it. I love the. God, man, these photos are just so good. I mean, like the photos are gorgeous, but like, yeah, the imagery is like haunting, like for sure. That's yeah. But yeah, I dig it, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for y'all to see the film. That's what and it's just yeah, I'm just look. I could go on and on and on about this. Cliff, do you have anything else you want to say about this look?
No, I just can't. I just can't wait. I have to wait. I can't. I'm done with this wait thing.
Well, don't worry. We're only about a month out. So
I know.
Actually, yeah, we a little over a month. So hanging in there. Swag, what about you?
Yeah, like I need it. I need it now, but I guess I'll wait.
Oh, wait. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, March 18th, Zack Snyder's Justice League HBO Max. Now let's talk. I want to talk briefly about Zack has been releasing some tiny teasers for the trailer. He's been doing the trailers. But I want to talk about the one that was released yesterday on the 11th, because Swag and I had a little conversation about this. I want to get your opinion on it, Cliff. Just So that first, like I said, the one that was released yesterday on the 11th of February, it culminates with a shot of Henry Cavill's Superman in the black suit, and he's got the heat vision going. It looks awesome. I remembered watching that, and I thought, I know for a fact that's the image people are going to lose their minds over when they see it. And sure enough, the internet went crazy with that image. It was immediately a GIF. I saw stills everywhere. People were freaking out. And I just wanted to say, I already told this to Swag, but like, Cliff, I want you to imagine being the former heads of Warner Brothers who said no to the black suit because they felt it was too depressing. Because I don't know anyone who sees that black suit and their reaction is, "Aw." Like everybody's reaction to seeing Superman in the black suit is, "Yes!" Like, can you imagine being that dumb that you were like, we can't put Superman in a black suit? People will be too depressed by it. Like, what kind of idiot do you have to be?
No.
I don't know. You could be Joss Whedon.
You could be.
We shooting here, boom, 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 boom. Like using little guns no more. We using cannons, pow, pow, pow. That guy. Yeah, we've heard the rumors are coming out more and more. Yeah,
I'm calling out Kevin Tsujihara personally because he. But yeah,
no, like you're 100%. Like, how long? Like seriously, like when we talk about it, how long have we wanted the black Superman suit?
Mm-hmm.
Like we talk like Nicolas Cage.
Yeah,
that's a long time to be like, yo, man, how come we can never see this? And then you tease this whole thing, and then you say, no, you know what? They don't like that. They'd be sad because Superman's a bad guy. Did you test that with audiences, or did you just like show some old guy and he was just like, I don't like it, and you're like, nobody likes it, idiots.
Just a bunch of executives just shaking their head at it like.
Josh, no one's gonna like it. They're not gonna like it. They look at what we did and okay, I'm gonna shit on this for a second, but understand I do love this film. Look at what we did with the Avengers, okay? People fucking love those. They're not gonna like a dark Superman. You're an idiot.
No, like straight up, like not for nothing, like not to discount anything they did over there at Marvel, but it's like that's like it's two different flavors. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, it just really irritates me just thinking about it. Like, they didn't want to give us the black suit, and it's like you see the way people are freaking out over it right now. Like, it's like you could have had that 4 years ago. Like what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Swag, what about you? Take it away.
Yeah, like it is frustrating the fact that like we waited this long.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, it took this long and like they didn't understand it. That was what we wanted. But now that we are getting it, it's like, yeah, I'm hyped. I'm excited to finally see it in live action. So yeah, like this is gonna be great.
And remember, Swag, you'll remember this. When they did the Elseworlds crossover on the CW, remember Tyler got to wear a black suit.
Yeah, he did.
Do you remember when I was like, dude, look, Tyler gets to wear it. Why didn't Henry get to wear it? Like, I was upset. Like, not at Tyler or anybody involved with that show, but it was like, why is it okay for him to wear a black suit, but Henry doesn't get to wear it? Like,
yeah,
stuck him in those stupid black pants with that CGI mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
This wasn't a Mission Impossible film, okay?
Yeah. But thankfully, this movie features au naturel Henry. So, so there won't be any of that in this version. Oh man, I've seen Zack make so many jokes about that. It's not even funny. I mean, it is funny, but you know what I mean.
It's not like we can digitally remove a mustache.
Yes.
Shout out to Deadpool.
Shout out to Deadpool bringing it home. And you know, Cliff, Ryan Reynolds, like, that wasn't even shade. Like, he straight up is a Snyder Cut fanboy. Like, he was at, where was it? I think it was at CCXP in 2019, where he kept bringing up the Snyder Cut and how he wants to see it. It's like, he's on our side. So
how, you know, like, I know that it's already finished. Like, how wild would it be though if, you know, Green Lantern did return as, you know, portrayed by Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds. That'd be dope. I would not be upset about that.
Yeah.
I'd cry happy tears, because I'd be like, everybody hated this movie and now he's back and he rocks again.
And you know Zack would never put Ryan in a CGI suit.
Yeah.
Like,
he would give him a suit.
A dope suit. Like,
yep.
Neon with built-in neon lights. Like, it would be so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, that would be dope, Cliff. I would not be upset about that. Oh man. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that's what's going on with the Justice League. Again, we're getting that trailer in 2 days as of this recording, and we will give you our thoughts on it in next week's episode. So look forward to that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into TV time. It's me and Cliff's favorite time of the show, which means Swag is probably gonna listen to music right now. So.
Yeah, probably.
So we've got 2 weeks of TV to get into. I'm gonna start with the most recent episode of Batwoman. There was not an episode this week because of the Super Bowl, but Black Lightning did come back on Monday, so I'm gonna talk about both of those back to back. So the previous episode of Batwoman was pretty cool. It featured the character Victor Zsasz, which is super cool, and they continue to tease the appearance of Black Mask. So I'm like, just hurry up and show them to me. Like, come on. The episode was cool. It was basically Batwoman dealing with Victor Zsasz. The actor, I forget his name. Like, no disrespect to the guy, but like anybody following up Chris Messina's performance in Birds of Prey was gonna have big shoes to fill. And unfortunately for me anyways, he did not fill those shoes. Not that he did a bad job, he did a good enough job. Just left something to be desired. I am gonna say this though. I never want to see another bald and goatee wearing Victor Zsasz ever again. Like I feel like everybody has done a bald Victor Zsasz since Batman Begins. And I know some of you are like, Victor Zsasz wasn't in Batman Begins. Yes, he was. He was played by Tim Booth. Swag, put a screenshot up right now.
There you go.
There. And ever since then, everybody does a bald Victor Zsasz. Now, no disrespect to Anthony Carrigan, who played the character on Gotham. I thought his Victor Zsasz is phenomenal. It's frightening. He's bald, but he suffers from, what is it, Cliff? Is it alopecia or something like that?
Yeah.
It's where he just has no hair on his body. He can't. Right. So that's not his fault. Although I will say, honestly, that lends to how creepy his Victor Zsasz is. Like, he doesn't even have eyebrows. Pretty disturbing. But Anthony Carrigan is a fantastic actor. He also turned in a great Victor Zsasz. Swag, I want you to throw up an image of comic book Victor Zsasz right here.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you note the blonde hair? Swag, throw up Chris Messina's Victor Zsasz from Birds of Prey.
There you go.
There he is. Now, you tell me which live-action Victor Zsasz looks more like the comic book Victor Zsasz. All right. That's my mini rant. I enjoyed the episode. Now, I'm going to talk about Black Lightning real quick. The season 4 premiere was dope. I loved it. Jefferson Pierce is definitely not handling things well. Like, to the point where he's doing things and he's acting pretty irrational, and it's kind of frightening. Like, I'm scared of what he might do, which is not good considering he's the hero of the show. But he's in a position where, like, he just lost his best friend. Spoiler alert. Someone just tried to assassinate his daughter. Like, he is not messing around right now, and it's pretty intense. It's pretty frightening. So needless to say, I enjoyed the premiere for Black Lightning. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. Loved it. All right, I'm gonna turn it over to Cliff. Cliff's gonna talk about WandaVision, and to up front, I am gonna have a few things to say because I know, like, Cliff and I had a little discussion. And Cliff, before we get into it, it's not what you're thinking. It's not what you're thinking. I know you've got an idea of my thoughts on it just based on the little bit we talked about it. It's not that at all. All right. So, but go ahead.
Yeah. So we'll keep out of spoilers, right? Obviously, there's a lot that happened, but we're getting into last week's episode, right? A lot of things have happened. We saw that. How we want to start this off, man? Because we get into the 80s kind of sitcom. By the way, shout outs to the intros to the show, because I was in love with what they were doing. Kids aged. They went from 5 to 10 so that they could have a puppy, which was kind of cool. It's kind of a fun little story. Then we start learning a little bit more about that the world isn't exactly what it's kind of seeming to be, and you're starting to see that Vision is starting to understand that. So he understands that there's like some things that are just not aligning. Also, we had a big guest surprise at the end of the episode. Not going to talk about who it was, but it plays a big significant role into today's episode, which was a Halloween episode. And I'm not going to lie, we got throwbacks to, Scarlet Witch, who I didn't even realize. Fun fact, I didn't even realize they never referenced her as Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Until Elizabeth, and I watched
the closest they ever got was in Age of Ultron, when, remember, she got into Hulk's mind and Tony says that little witch has gotten inside your head. That's the closest they've ever gotten. So
yeah. I didn't even realize it, but yeah, so Wanda comes in supporting the old school Scarlet Witch outfit, and then Vision shows up in an old school outfit, and I was like, bro, this is on another level of like, oh, I didn't know I wanted this.
Another character sports a classic costume as well, which we won't spoil.
It was so lit. Actually, to be fair though, everybody supports an old school look.
That's true. That's true.
Well, except for one of the sons didn't. But we did get a lot of teases. But then we started finding out that the boys, not the TV show, okay, they have their abilities. Timmy and is it Johnny? Yeah, show up. But we see Wiccan and Speed have now made their debut in the MCU, which is kind of cool. We also find out that also Vision is really understanding the world. He's really figured things out, and he tries to escape. And that's how I'm gonna leave the cliffhanger for you.
Nice. Very nice. So how would you rate these last 2 episodes, Cliff?
You know what? So the Halloween episode, 9, 8.5, 9. I don't know. I'm going front, man. The previous episode though, I was giving like a 10.5 because it was something. Okay, I'm gonna talk about this, right? We kind of talked about this offline.
Hold up. Ladies and gentlemen, Cliff and I are about to get into heavy spoiler territory. Yeah. So if you haven't seen the show yet and you don't want anything spoiled for you, get out right now. This is basically the show anyways. Don't forget to follow all of us on social media. Follow Swag on YouTube.
Yeah, Mr. Swagtastic on YouTube.
Like and subscribe, comment, share, all that bullshit. You can get out of here now. All right. Spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cliff, let's talk about it. All right.
Okay. So all right. Now that you guys are back, so now we're gonna reference whose costume that we were referencing for this last episode.
Showed up in last week's episode. So
so all right, 10.5, right? Because it's something that we talked about, and I low key just kind of like I was caught off guard, and I think it's just I went into the show and I brain dumped pretty much everything that happened in the episodes, right? And we're talking about like the whole entire universe, to include who we're gonna talk about. So Peter Evans shows up. Like Pedro is here, Quicksilver, and it's the X-Men's Quicksilver.
It's Quicksilver from the X-Men.
Yeah, Evan Peters.
By Evan Peters. And now, Cliff, like, let's talk a little bit about this, Cliff, because like when the episode aired, I know you were shocked. Like you were shocked.
I was.
And like the internet was as well. I, however, again, I'm not even watching the show, and I told Cliff I knew this was going to happen. I did. And like Cliff, like I feel like I didn't really clarify myself because it feels, I know it sounded like and felt like I was coming down on like, this is stupid, this is lame. To the contrary. Now, yes, I did find it, me personally, I found it predictable. Because like I said, it was either last year, 2020, or it might have even been the tail end of 2019. It was reported on that Evan Peters had been cast in the show. They didn't say who he was playing, but my mind immediately was like, he's playing Quicksilver. He's playing his version of Quicksilver, right? It has to be. If you have a TV show about Wanda and you're putting Evan Peters in that show, why are you not going to have him play Quicksilver? Like, that just makes sense.
Right.
And I know when you and I talked about it a little bit, Cliff, it sounded like I was down on the idea. Far from it, man. Like, again, regardless of, like, I found it predictable and I knew they were going to do it, the MCU is better off for having Evan Peters Quicksilver in, because is he not the superior Quicksilver? Isn't he? Like,
okay, so I know you're not watching the show, right?
Yeah.
Mind you, if you're watching this, you already know what happens, and we're already going to talk about this. The Halloween episode, my dude, Wanda says some shit to Quicksilver, right, to Pedro. And Pedro then responds, "What do you mean? I'm just here to kick some ass." And he walks off, And Wanda goes, kick ass. And I was like, oh shit.
Nice.
I was like, oh my god, yes, let's do this.
Sick reference, because for anybody who doesn't know, both actors who played Quicksilver starred in Kick-Ass.
But yeah, it like I think we might have talked about it too, about Evan Peters getting ready to play Quicksilver. But like I said, like everything in me just like shut down. And so when I saw Pedro because they show Pedro from behind first before they ever show Evan
And
Peters.
you think it's Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, and his hair's all slicked back and stuff. But like as soon as like, and it was cool too because there's something else that happened in the episode that we're gonna talk about too. So he shows up and like all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, it's Evan Peters. But it's what Darcy says that really turned me. And she goes, did they just recast him? And
Yeah.
it's like,
she's like she recast her own brother.
She did.
Like, but like I know we like Swag and I sort of talked about this together a little bit after the reveal that Evan Peters showed up as Quicksilver, and I was again like I was saying earlier, it's like I think the MCU is better off for it. I really do, because number one, he is the superior Quicksilver. No disrespect to Aaron Taylor Johnson, but is Evan Peters not the Quicksilver we all love? Like, come on.
Yeah.
But like now it has me wondering, because like clearly Wanda, whatever it is she's going through, like, like that. Again, I'm not watching the show, but I know so much about it just because people won't stop talking about it.
Right.
Like they've established she can't bring people back to life, right? She cannot resurrect people. So it's not like she could just bring her brother back to life. So maybe in her head, she, again, like we know we're messing with the multiverse, like she may have subconsciously like reached out across worlds and brought this version of Quicksilver into her reality, and that's where he came from. So now it's like, Cliff, what do you think the odds are we get to see Magneto eventually? Like, and what are the odds it's Fassbender? Like,
well, okay, so it's one. I'm gonna answer your question right here.
Okay.
Very likely. I'm just gonna go off the limb. But the other part that really threw me off, right? It was in this episode. There was mention of Shangri-La, and I was like, yeah, like, and it was just like that. That reaction. He was just like, yeah, it's not like you ran into Shangri-La or something like that. And he just like turns away and looks, and he's like, yeah, it's all about kick-ass. And that's when she says, kick-ass. And then like, that's it. And you're like, wait, did he just say what I think he said? It's like, what the fuck? Because like, here's a reference to it, right? And then like, this is the other one. I had to put this line out there because this was like the best line I think said in the entire episode, right? Yeah. How about Quicksilver just looks at Wanda because they're trying to find, because Wiccan senses that something's going on, right? And so he goes to Wanda, or he's like, Mom, something's happening to Dad. What's happening to Dad? She's like, focus. And without hesitation, it's not like he can die twice. Boom, hit him. I was like, oh, he knows. He knows.
It's like, I don't know. That's exactly what happened.
I was like, oh my God, this is what we're talking about. I was like, damn. But yeah, I was like, yo, just Evan Peters showing up, man, is like the best thing that we like you said, it's the best thing to happen to like the MCU because
it's a game changer. Yeah,
and then like there's a part where Wanda and him are having this conversation, and this was something that, as fans pointed out, like as the series like progressed for the MCU, but she looks at him, she goes, "What happened to your accent?" And he goes, "What happened to yours?" And like, the conversation just gets shut down.
Nice.
But I was like, oh shit, there's like so much stuff that we're talking about in this show. It's like, fuck.
I want to bring this up real quick before I forget to mention it. I said this to Swag again, like, because we talked a little bit about it, and I was like, Cliff, I kind of feel bad for Aaron Taylor Johnson at this point. Can you imagine he got a phone call from his agent and he was like, "Hey, I got good news and I got bad news. The good news is they're bringing back Quicksilver." He's like, "All right, cool. What's the bad news?" "Bad news is it's not going to be you." And he's like, "What? What do you mean it's not going to be? Who's it going to be? It's going to be Evan Peters." That makes sense.
And then his agent goes, "Yeah, and with that, Clone High reference."
Bringing it all the way back around. That's what we do on this. So yeah, I mean, again, like Cliff, like we could go on and on about this and like the ramifications it has for the MCU. But you know, let's save that for another video because, like I said, I'm sure we could talk about it for hours. But like I said, I know like originally my reaction maybe came across as negative, although Swag will tell you otherwise because he and I had an actual conversation about it, and he knows I was like, no, I think it's awesome. I think it's cool. But no, I do. I think it's great. I think it's cool. I think it's awesome that they did it. It shows that they're willing to take a risk because honestly, this could have confused the hell out of people. The fact that they took that risk and did it anyways, this is what I'm talking about, Marvel. More of this, please.
So here's the crazy part. I don't know if you noticed or not, but so originally Kevin Feige said you can do this as long as it makes sense, right? And so the way that like they pitched the idea was that so with Wanda like in WandaVision kind of like losing her mind as you get deeper into the episodes, they're like, what if she just like reached out? It's just like how you were saying, like to another realm. And then he was just like, yeah, okay, cool, do that. And they wrote him in. I was like,
nice. Very cool. Very cool. But yeah, and also the one thing I want to say again, and I said this to Swag already, but I have a theory. I have a theory about WandaVision because we talked about it previously. The show seems to be taking ideas from the House of M storyline, where, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't read that comic book, by the end of it, Wanda is straight up a villain, and she speaks the words "no more mutants," and that wipes out I mean, it doesn't wipe them out. They're still there. They just are no longer mutants. I have a theory, Cliff. I think the show might end with Wanda speaking the words "no more Inhumans," and that's why nobody remembers that garbage TV show. just completely get rid of that. Like,
I hope so. You know what? Now I think about it, I hope so. There was, I don't know. I mean, I love the way like the story's been going. They made reference to Rambo in this as well. Something, you know, you guys are watching the spoiler parts. We're already here. Anyway, but they do reference that she's gone through the portal twice now, and that her cells are changing on a molecular level. Yeah, molecular level. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, Photon, let's go.
All right. But yeah, so WandaVision doing really interesting stuff over there. Like I said, I'm not watching it, but I don't know. I might check it out. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, though, they got a new trailer. That looks dope.
Yep.
Can't wait for that. That's coming out next month, right?
Yeah.
There's like a week between WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so that's gonna be cool. But yeah, so let's start wrapping it up, boys. Cliff, let everybody out there know where they can follow you.
Yeah, so you guys can find me in Disney Plus under WandaVision. Yeah, you guys can find me on all your favorite social media platforms under _RedDog85. So whether you're following me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, you know, you guys can find me there. You guys can find me on Facebook, and then you guys can find me right here on Nerds of the Roundtable, as well as you guys can find me on the 3 Count Podcast, my wrestling podcast, which features the shows now entering the ring, as well as returning to the ring, where we talk to wrestlers and we just bullshit with them, which is actually a lot of fun. But you guys check it out. And remember, you know, with this video here, though, we have to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, because guess what? We do this shit and we have a lot of fun, and I know you guys are laughing at us right now as we're talking about all this.
Straight up. You know what to do, ladies and gentlemen. Go follow him. Show him all the love. Swag. Let everybody know where they can find you on YouTube.
Yeah, you guys can go find me on YouTube, Mr. Swagtastic. It's kind of not been a whole lot of content, but I just kind of have not been having that energy and drive to upload. But I have been sitting down and trying to edit. So yeah, there should be, hopefully, more content up this week. Just come hang out. It's a good time.
Yep. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Swagtastic on YouTube. I am Antonio Padilla. You will not find me on Disney Plus under the Inhuman.
I won't be there either.
Real talk. Cliff, have you tried to find that show on Disney Plus? It's almost impossible. They have it buried, if you go to search, you know how normally you could put in like the first 3 letters of whatever you're looking for, and it'll be like, here it is. You have to put in all of Inhumans before it shows up. They don't want you to find that show.
Yeah, I was gonna say, honestly, like, there are a bunch of shows I could skip, and I would much rather, like, you know what, like, I would much rather watch blood flow from the top of my face than watch Inhumans.
I would much rather watch Thor: The Dark World on repeat or have to watch Inhumans again.
I would rather watch the grass grow than watch Inhumans.
There it is. Now we're just Inhumans shaming them. I am, of course, Antonio Padilla. You can find me on all social media. It's either at Tron Pilgrim or at Tron Pilgrim 87. If you're watching us on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, like Cliff said, remember to like and subscribe. Ring that notification bell. Leave a comment down below. Give us a like rating, please. It's free. It helps us out a lot. And share these videos with your friends and family if you think they'd enjoy it. That's all we're asking. And of course, you can always find us on anchor.fm/nerds, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, everywhere podcasts are available. You can like Nerds of the Roundtable on Facebook, facebook.com/Real Nerds of the Roundtable. You can follow us on Twitter @RealNerds_. Whew! All right, now that we got that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us today. You can join us next time, same same nerd channel. Good night, folks.
Future Swag, cue that outro.